So, in today's episode, we're gonna watch my exit out of America and hitting the streets of Abuja as a new resident. You guys, the chronicle continues. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Thank you guys for your supportive messages. Thank you guys for checking up on me. I am jumping back into these YouTube streets and it is not easy, but I am making my way back and I have some great things for you guys. Make sure you watch the entire video and make sure that you watch, like,
Y'all,
subscribe.
let me know if I'm tripping in these comments. Like, story time, real quick. Let me know if I'm tripping. I actually really do like this product. Like, I do not post a lot of products, y'all. I get a lot of product offers, and I actually get a lot in the mail that I don't even end up using. But I really, really like this tonic. It helps me with my anxiety, like for real. It truly does. I'm not joking. So y'all will see me kind of use it throughout this video. But I was taking some of these, like kava. I was taking some kava pills. I was taking ashwagandha. The theanine I was not like super familiar with. But I actually used this last night and it gives your mouth like a little numbing sensation. That's why I was like, damn, they might really have something going on here. Made in San Diego. It impairs your ability to drive if you have normal or excessive consumption. Like, y'all, I'm not joking now. Like, I was feeling kind of like CBD vibes. Up to 4 hours of continuous calm. 10 calories. I love it. Seriously, y'all know I love like a good vibe. I'm about to take this in the morning. I took 2 yesterday. It's the ashwagandha. I think it's really the ashwagandha. But y'all check this out. I was relaxed. Yeah, I need this, honestly, right now because I'm anxious. Like, not even anxious in a bad way. Like, I hate even saying that to my husband because I don't want him to think, like, he's doing anything wrong. Because he's just doing everything right, and he's so amazing, and he makes my life just so amazing, and he goes out of his way to do everything I ask him to do and more. So I really appreciate that. But this helps. Especially since I'm like on my reduced drinking, no vaping journey, you guys, right? I'll be back. I don't know, like the Nigerian like equivalent of Adara, but I need. This is too thick. I think I'm gonna add a little water. Hold on.
So, as you guys know, I've been in the States since about like September. I would say September 2022 after I left Kenya. And I just came back to like get myself together, get a remote job. That's number one because after like the situation with ISK and doing YouTube for a while, YouTube is not a strong sense of income, you guys. Like, I had to just figure it out, find the perfect job. I did find the perfect job, so I do work remotely now, and I don't want to give too many details because I'm starting to really believe in juju and the evil eye, but I basically was just like chilling in the States, spending time with my son, really vibing, living with my sister, stacking bread. I was going to get an apartment in Woodbridge, to be honest, to just like kind of keep, but it wasn't really worth it to me because prices are just crazy, y'all. Like, for real. Like, my sister wouldn't even let me get an apartment. So basically, to see me on my way out and to just spend quality time, me, my younger brother, and my son and my mom all decided to kind of take like a group vacation. We don't really, as a whole group, get to see each other too much because my mom moved to Tampa by herself to like start new after her and her husband divorced. And then my little brother plays for CNU. He plays basketball and he's about to be a senior. So, you know, he's always doing his own thing. me and Brayson have been seeing each other a lot. But y'all know he lives with his dad full time, so I get him like half the week on, half the week off, even when I'm living in Woodbridge. So it was really nice for all of us to just kind of vibe. We stayed at the Marriott Vacation Club in Fort Lauderdale. I took Brayson out of school for a week for us to do this vacation. And that's one thing I've just never been afraid to do, y'all. I am not afraid to take this boy out of school. Like, you will learn on the streets, we will learn at home together. But yeah, so I pulled him out of school for about like a week and a half because school was about to end anyway. And we all just kind of vibed here in Florida, and it was just such a good time. So today in Joe Biden's economy, we go grocery shopping. We are not about to eat out breakfast, lunch, and dinner, especially not in these Miami streets, because prices are ridiculous, y'all. I am really not even a cheap person. Like, I do not mind spending. I love enjoying life, but when cartons of eggs are $7, a water bottle is $5, like a crab meal at a restaurant is $60, and there's four of us, we just can't do that. So we made like a really nice crab boil at home. My mom is like the best cook. So good. And we just were like really enjoying being together. I'm a big mama's girl, so I have gone to see my mom in Florida multiple times since I've been back, but I can't always take Brayson, and my brother like never goes, so we were really just chilling.
Girl, I can't have my grandbaby going to juvie. If you go to a store, you better not stay home. You'll be going to juvie.
She did.
It doesn't matter. You don't know that.
I never steal, but she did.
Let me tell
She
you.
sold a chocolate bar.
Yeah, but guess what? She ain't
I told
gonna-
him when I was little I stole the chocolate bar, and grandma really whipped me.
Yeah, and she got in trouble, but she ain't doing no more.
So one thing a lot of people do not know about me is when I was a teenager, I had like super really bad behavioral issues. So my parents like sent me to a specialty boarding school. Paris Hilton has actually talked about these boarding schools on her social media program and has like talked about how they were very mentally abusive. Some of them were physically abusive, and these are not like average boarding schools. So like in a lot of foreign countries, boarding schools are like a privilege. It's good. You want to send your kids to boarding school so they can have like a better education. But in most cases, boarding schools in America, I feel like are kind of not like as encouraged, or it's mainly, I don't want to say problematic, but most of the boarding school stories I've heard here are like people whose family kind of want them away. It's not like a better education vibe. So I did have like a lot of like teenage angst, and like y'all see me as an adult, like imagine me as a teenager who feels like grown. Anyways, so long story short, I went to a boarding school for the first 2 years of high school, and I was not allowed to even like speak to my family on the phone. So the first step of them reforming you is to cut off contact with your family and friends. I was not aware I was going to the boarding school, or I probably would have like ran away. Honestly, I had no clue where they were taking me. But when I showed up, my dad dropped me off, and I was like, where am I? Who are these people? So like all I saw was like bunk beds and girls. It was the middle of the night. I had no clue where I was being taken. And it was like in a deserted area somewhere in the middle of South Carolina. I was living in Woodbridge, Virginia at the time. So literally my friends at my high school, one day I was at school normal, and the next day they never saw me again for like a year, like 2 years, a year and a half-ish. And it was just crazy. Like my sister Deshauna used to write me. She was one of the only people who wrote me all the time. My mom would write me, my dad would write me sometimes, but like I did not hear their voice for almost a year, even on the phone, like Christmas, nothing. And during this time I developed really strong friendships, because we were all that we had, like literally. A lot of these girls, I just had behavioral issues. I was like running away, fighting in school, like getting into boyfriends and stuff, and my parents just got really concerned. But a lot of the girls who I met at the school actually had serious drug addictions, violence problem, mental health issues. So it was really overwhelming for me. It did like traumatize me a little. Like to this day, I really struggle with sleeping alone because I got used to like hearing them sleeping around me. And when I got pulled out of the school and my parents finally brought me home, I was like going through withdrawals almost, because I was so used to the girls that I had met there who became like family to me. So one of the girls, my absolute best friend there, like my best friend, Kaylee, and when I left, I was crying so hard because I did not want to leave her. And she stayed in longer than me. She stayed in like 2 years past me. She had been there for so long. And a lot of these girls, when they get out, there's been a lot of rates of suicide. There's been a lot of rates of drug overdose. Even the owner's niece was there when I was there, and she killed herself after getting out, because the transition was just too much. The trauma was too much. The therapy was like really backwards and abusive. Like the things that we went through there, no one else will really understand but each other. I did not get physically abused, but it was like very mentally abusive. And you just feel hopeless, honestly. So this is like one of the darkest times of my life that I don't really talk about online. So I'm saying this all to say, I think about Kaylee all the time. We got into contact, got out of contact. She's moved. She's had a tumultuous time transitioning out. And I'm talking like, y'all, it's been 13 years and she's still struggling. A lot of people are. I have too, but not everyone has really. I'm like a best case scenario story. A lot of girls have just gone down the tube, honestly. So our contact has been on and off. I changed my number. She's not into social medias. It gives her really bad mental problems. I've changed my number multiple times, moved, and we lost contact for years. So a month ago, I actually started looking for her family members on Facebook, and even told my big sister, like, I'm looking for her. I'm looking for her. She's been on my spirit so heavily. Like, I really miss this girl. And then I couldn't find her. No one on Facebook was answering me back with her last name. She has a very particular last name. No one was answering me back. I haven't been able to find her. And then the other day I was deep in my DMs and Instagram, because you know things get lost, and she actually had messaged me, you guys. And we started chatting, and then we both realized we were in Miami at the same time. So I'm actually on my way to go meet her right now, and I am so excited. I'm nervous. I'm excited. This is just offering me like a mental peace, and this is like one of the biggest gifts that I'm getting in my transition to Nigeria, just like a closeout. Honestly, I feel like it's a treat. So this has been one of the coolest parts of my trip. I'm really looking forward to this. My mom is driving me right now because nobody trusts me driving with the car. It's okay, you guys, but my mom is driving me. We've been staying in Fort Lauderdale, so my mom is now driving me to Miami so that I can meet up with her, and I'm excited. I'm gonna keep you guys posted on that, but I did just want to share that this has given me like a lot of gratification and has been a really big treat.
It feels really good to be able to say that I literally have family all over America. So me and my little brother stopped at my Uncle Greg's house in Homestead, Florida. It's about 30 minutes south of Miami. So this is actually my grandmother's home that she purchased before my dad was even born in 1964. It's a family heirloom. So my uncle is living there now, and like it was just really good to go see him. We rode by my aunt's house where she made us a nice old country meal, y'all. Some cornbread, some greens, yellow rice, oxtails, all of that. So we wrapped this up, and I did fly home to Woodbridge. I was home for less than 24 hours before I had to hop on my plane and get ready to fly to Abuja. So I scheduled it that way. But I ended up regretting it so much because when I got home, it was just like a tussle. Like, first of all, my wig ain't even on right, y'all. Like, it was just so stressful getting out of there in such a turnaround. You never feel like you're fully prepared. You never feel like you have enough packed. You always are forgetting something, scrambling. But I'm working on getting myself out of a scarcity mindset and just buying things when I arrive. So my bags and everything totaled to about $600, which I expected and budgeted for because they were overweight. I'm starting to hate plain food. Skip to Visa on arrival, y'all. I've got to get a Niger Wipes card because it's $300 every time I pull up, and it's just hella irritating. So I was so happy when I arrived. My husband was waiting for me. He had roses. Everyone kept saying on my Instagram, oh my god, roses are so expensive in Abuja, so you know he really loves you if he got you roses. So cute. And then we went to celebrate his birthday. So we just did some small errands the next day. I love Abuja Food Plug on Instagram, and there was this like fish spot that she suggested, so we went, and they made sure to let us know the price has gone up. A lot of people everywhere are complaining about prices going up in America, in Ghana, in Nigeria, everywhere. But hopefully this guy right here brings some change to Nigeria. So here is our home, you guys. I am just like so excited. Honestly, I'm feeling blessed. Our home truly is like the perfect size. The house that he's in right now is actually too big. Like, I wanted something a little smaller so that I feel safe and happy when I'm there by myself and he's like traveling or what so have you. Like, I just want something kind of small, close to the city, and that's exactly what we have in this home. So we definitely are working towards making the changes that I requested. I definitely want to make this home a smart home. I do have a goal of like building from the ground up and purchasing land and doing all of that, but right now, y'all, I just don't even have the energy. So I'm glad that he just came ready with a quick remodel. Not all the hoopla, the hoorah. Do you feel me? So this is gonna be my content room so that I can stay away from like the evil eye almost, you guys, and keep people out of my home for the most part, and we'll see how that goes. So later on in the day, I got everyone at my house kind of getting me ready, servicing me so that I could get ready for his surprise birthday that he did not know about. This is the greatest thing about me being in a foreign country, and this is what I truly love the most, you guys, is the cheaper services and labor, because it just provides me luxuries I would not want to pay for at home. So Shola does not know that this is a surprise birthday for him. He actually thinks I'm being a jerk today because he wanted to hang out with his friends. And I was like, no, we're not hanging out with your friends. You're going to hang out with me and me only today. But we're actually like hanging out with his friends. Oh my God, hurry up before he sees you. Oh my God. I don't think he saw y'all. So we're just acting like, oh my God, that just blew me because I hope he didn't see them. But yeah, we're just acting like, oh y'all, that just ruined my mood. Whatever, I'm going to trek through it. But we were supposed to be doing a surprise. Hopefully it still stays a surprise. He doesn't know that I am here to surprise him with his friends. So let's see how the surprise plays out. So Shola does not know that I'm actually meeting all of his friends here. He thinks I was just being like a bitch this morning because I'm like, we're not hanging out with your friends today. No, it's just going to be me and you time. Are you ready?
Huh? Hi.
I know Tuesday.
Who's he?
My friend.
I don't know him. They ruined the surprise.
I could not have done this without his friends. I've been like WhatsApp messaging his friends for the longest, trying to organize this and make sure that it got like right. My sister-in-law made the cake. She does cakes, and it was just like such a beautiful night. The owner of the restaurant Tartar, which is an amazing restaurant that I will be visiting, is American Nigerian, and it was just such a really good way to start the night. And then of course after this we went out to actually celebrate, and I have been trying to drink less as a part of my weight loss journey and just overall wellness in general. So I did take my Relax with me to the club, y'all. Dedication, and kind of poured that thing on up in my water at the club, even though we see other drink options in the back. I just wanted, it's low calorie, it's calming. I can still have a good time. I can still like wake up. It was a little messy situation, y'all, because then I realized I didn't have a spoon, so I ended up just having to use my finger, but it was totally worth it. And I actually gave it to one of my friends beside me, and she was like, yo, this is kind of a vibe, like definitely a super vibe. So as y'all can see, I'm like having a good time with that. I never saw myself like being one of those people who are not drinking in the club, you guys. It's not something that I really ever planned, but welcome to your 30s, you guys. You can't have fun every single time. So yeah, this has been really a good landing. I am happy, I'm content, I am working on the direction of this channel and just keeping it real with y'all on the way as always.
So like one of my husband's friends, and like I'm not even trying to be messy, but this just like it has been bothering me for actually days. And like y'all know I'm actually like a low-key very sensitive person, and I also go out of my way to be like very nice, reaffirming, and like welcoming to everybody. So like I get really offended when I feel like people are like being rude to me. Do you know what I'm saying? So long story short, I like one of my husband's friends or whatever, who I thought I was cool with, like sees me for the first time, right? Since like February when I was here. And then he's like, oh my God, you're like looking so big. Like you're looking big. So I was like, huh? And he was like, you're looking big. Like you're looking like money. Like you're looking big. I can tell you've gotten bigger. Literally, like referring to my size, okay? My size. I am, first of all, not even like a big woman. And for people who have been on my Instagram, y'all know I have been on an active like weight loss journey. I actually have lost pounds. I've lost at least 16 pounds, honestly, since the last time he saw me. Like visibly, can y'all tell I've lost weight? Anyways, so he's like, oh, like, you look bigger. So I was like, actually, I've lost weight since I saw you. So, like, I was being nice. I was like, actually, I've lost weight since I saw you. So, like, I don't like that you're saying that. And then he was like, no, you haven't. You haven't. So I was just like, okay, that's rude as fuck. And like I just started going off. It was like, that is so rude for you to say to me. Like I'm genuinely offended. Like I can't even remember exactly what I said, y'all, but I did start like popping off. And then I was like, do not talk to me. Like do not talk to me because it's rude. And like I just don't like, this is not the first time that like one of my husband's like not friends, but like somebody in his life like commented on my weight. So last time I was here, it's like I don't like the comfortability. Like that's a no for me. I don't care if it's cultural. Like I'm gonna say something every time. It's rude. It's rude. Like, and then like I talked to my husband about it. He's nice, And he's like, you know, it's just the way it is. Like, that's just how people talk. I don't like that. I don't care if that's the way it is. It's actually not. And then I asked some of my like little babes here, not little babes, big babes. I asked some of my big babes here, like, is that normal? And the answer was no. Like, it's hella rude. Like, that's out of pocket. So I don't know. That's just something that really bothered me. And like, it actually bothered me more when he's like, oh, like it's normal. Because it's not. And like, if that's normal, I feel like I'm just going to have a long run. I feel like this is about to be a long run. If things like that are normal, if being rude is normal. Because y'all know, like, I don't like those games. So I just had to like get that off my chest. I don't know, like, excuse this room. This is our guest room. I am transitioning right now. So my husband has a townhouse, our new townhouse, that we had to reconstruct. Like, we're constructing, we're remodeling, let me say, because there's like some changes that I wanted to make to the townhouse. And like, he was working on them before I got here, but they're not finished. But they should be finished by the time we get back to Lagos. I did make it here safely. It's just been like a whirlwind. So I got here on Monday night, and today is Wednesday morning, and it's just been like go, 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 go. My anxiety, like when I get to places, I have to nest. Like, I have to like organize my things, blase, blase. But I like emotionally, it's not smart for me to like unpack and organize because we're gonna be out of here in like a week. Like, we're not gonna be living here anymore. So my stuff is like in bags, and I had to like, when I was at the airport, I had to reorganize all my things. So like, my bags were, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, my bags were probably organized like a 6, 7 when I packed them at home. But when I got here to, well, no, when I got to the airport in DC, my bags were so overweight. I had to like do some juggling. So I had to like mix things. So when I got here, my bags were really, really unorganized. So long story short, I mean, my stuff's all over the place, which drives my anxiety to the max. Um, that's it. So I'm going to Lagos because I've never been. Because every time I come here, it's like on 1,000, like on 1,000, we gotta go, 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 do, 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 do. Because I'm like always a deadline of me leaving. So I'm here now. So we're like just big vibing. Last night was a whirlwind. It was so fun. I was celebrating my husband's birthday, so I did like surprise. And I was like, oh my God, like, I don't want to hang out with your friends. It's just gonna be me and you tonight. And he was like, oh my God, you're being so mean. And then we got there and it was like, surprise. So it was nice. I found this group. So I know I was talking to you guys about like, oh, there's not really that many like blah 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 in Abuja, but I did find this group that's pretty poppin', and they're having a Juneteenth spades tournament that I'm actually missing because I'm going to Lagos. So I'm pretty like blown about that, to be honest. Like, I really actually wanted to go, but it is what it is. So I'm excited to go to Lagos. Y'all didn't see this. So I'm excited to go to Lagos and like see what the vibe is there. That's like the heart of Nigeria. So we shall kind of see. I'm gonna peep the scene and like make the most of it. And now that I'm here, I'm just like organizing myself, seeing what my day to day is gonna look like. I am being more intentional about like calling home and talking to people as they wake up because I'm 5 hours ahead. So like, I don't start work until like 2 or 3 remotely. So that gives me like my whole morning to get the things that I need done. So by the time that like my family, Brayson, and everyone is waking up, like, I have no excuse not to like FaceTime them, call them. So I'm being more intentional with that. Do you feel me? So yeah, thanks for joining my Bonnet Chronicles, my tea time. Hit me up in my comments, you guys. I kind of like it when it makes my mouth get weird right now. But yeah, y'all, let's go to Lagos. Hit me up. I'll see you in my next video. And I'll be taking you guys to Lagos.